Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Inside the Walls podcast. Sorry about the delay, a little bit delay. Who cares? Next week's Thanksgiving. Had a busy week. We have an exciting episode for you. We're going to have a little bit of entertaining episode. We're not going to really break down a lot of news and notes. We do have a major announcement we're going to make, but also we have a tier system that we're doing. We're doing power rankings, but a unique way, as Jeff keeps, getting evaporated by the logo in the background. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition. Matt, Jeff, how we doing?
Doing well. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, a lot of intriguing. How can we say it? That made it entertaining for people, how we do our tier system. There's going to be things in our tier system that you'd be like, how are you ranking these things in this order? It's really not a tier. It's not ranking of who's good or who's bad or who's dead last. It's something that we thought was going to be pretty entertaining. It's going to be live, so you see what we're going to do. But at the same time, it's the love of the game, the love of the sport, love of the league. And that's what we're going to do here today. But we have a couple of announcements to make beforehand. As you know, a couple of weeks ago, we were teasing with a bunch of commercials. So we actually have the confirmation of the first location of one of the events that we have been desperately trying to get organized, and we finally did. And today we have the opportunity to announce an event that was brought up by Jeff and I. We had the idea. Matt was like getting ready for it, but he really wasn't ready until now. Now he's full go. So we're going to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I looked into history. It's never been done before in this sport. And I know there's a lot of people that in this sport that like to copy each other and think that they're the best at doing it, seeing that they copy everybody. So that we're going to do this now, get out of the way so you know who the first was. Because it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an awesome event. We'll talk about what we have planned after the announcement. And we'll let you, the fans, chime in what you want to see, what you want to do, what you want to bring to the table. Because, again, you guys are associated with it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, here's the announcement that we've been waiting to give to you, the fans, for weeks now. Hope you enjoy. We'll be back right after this short break. March 10th, 2025, Monday Night Football. Myself, Jeff, because he lives there, and Matt from Omaha will be live on location at West Banco Arena for the first ever edition of NAL Game Day live from Wheeling, West Virginia. And it's going to be an event that what you expect. We'll have interviews, we'll have breakdowns, we'll have special guests, we'll have interactive events for kids, maybe contests to win prizes, maybe some crazy things. We might have special guests from people because that area of the country is known for football. There's a certain NFL team just an hour away, and there's another NFL team 2 hours away. Ohio State, West Virginia, Pittsburgh. Game Day Live, March 10, Monday Night Football in West Banco Arena. We will be there live about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours before kickoff, doing crazy things. If you enjoy how we do our shows, expect that. That's what's going to happen. We will do multiple events like this throughout the 2025 season, selective but multiple. But we got to kick off the season the right way, and we have to do it in Wheeling. So Wheeling Minor fans, get your tickets now. Jeff will actually blast who to call, where to get them, because we'll be there. And keep an eye on Inside the Walls podcast for more updated information, for more locations to be announced at a later date. But we have to get this one announced, because what a way to kick off the 2025 season than on Monday Night Football here in the National Arena League. Jeff and Matt, gents, what do you feel? How you feel?
Let's go, boys. I can't wait. This is going to be awesome. I've been waiting for this for so long. Now that it's actually going to happen, I'm hyped for it. I can't wait to come out to Wheeling and just be able to experience that atmosphere. I've heard nothing but great things. So,
well, Mr. Warping Man below me, Jeff, he goes in and out. His favorite NFL franchise, which is about what? It's about 2 hours away from Wheeling. Am I correct?
Yeah, about two and a half. Yeah, give or take.
I was right about the average.
Yeah.
So, we did a little bit of a Inside the Walls pregame show inside the arena for the championship, but it's not going. If you watch it, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be like that this time. You're going to see 3 grown men act completely crazy. Well, including Jeff, because after he gets done doing game day, he actually has to go up to the booth to get ready.
Yeah, I got to run up to the booth, call the game.
Me and Matt would be, chilling in probably in the owner's section of the building, just enjoying the fans. And yes, but Jeff,
you guys will have to come up and see stuff from my point of view.
I did that last time. I didn't like that.
It's not that high up there.
It's in the rafters. Yep, Coach Resinalo. Coach, I'm going to just give you a little heads up in our tier ranking system. There's going to be some entertaining rankings. You're actually a part of the ranking there, Coach, so please stand by. But, Matt, I know we brought this idea together. Like we were thinking about doing NAL Game Day last year, but as a regular podcast feed. And, ladies and gentlemen, on the weeks that we don't go on location, we will give you a extra content for game day just in the YouTube version. So you'll have game day each and every week. You just won't be live. Selective events will be live. Matt, I know, Jeff too, we're all college football fans. And for 20 some odd years, we wake up every morning on Saturdays and turn on ABC or ESPN or wherever it was. And College Game Day was there. Let's just say there's a lot of inspiration for me to the 2 shows. And I believe, I don't know what your guys' opinions about. I believe this is something that this sport needs desperately, because there are a lot of great athletes in the arena game and indoor game that deserve the coverage. What is your opinion about game day and what you think will bring to the 2025 season? Matt?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, the biggest thing is it's 2 new teams to the National Arena League, teams that some of the fans in the NAL may not have ever heard of or don't know anything about. So it's definitely going to be exciting for that. I agree with Connor. Somebody better be doing the headgear picks. But it's just, for me, it's exciting because, number one, again, we get to introduce 2 new teams to the National Arena League fans. We get to introduce players that people obviously may not have ever heard of before either to the National Arena League crowd as well. And then personally, I love watching indoor football. So anytime I can watch an indoor football game and even if it's not my teams involved, that's cherry on top right there for me. So
It was
What about you,
neat to see. It was neat to see the idea that we kind of looked at Jim, you and I, sitting at the awards banquet for the minors,
Mhm.
and went, let's do a kind of like a game day feel tomorrow. We're like, let's do it. I was like, I got an extra camera. We'll do the show from the arena. Like it'll be an exclusive. It'll be cool. So we did it, and we shot some players and things like shot some film of some players and stuff like that, and it did some interviews and kind of live on location type thing. And we both looked at each other and went, how cool would that be to do like a game day setup? And that's where the idea sprung from. And it was just a cool idea, and to actually see it fulfilled now and seeing teams wanting it, and seeing the NAL wanting it, it's adding to it. It's just one of those great things that's going to make the indoor arena game better. And I think it's much needed. And I'm glad we get to be the people to do that.
Well, when you develop an idea and try to push forth to the masses, both of us, we've all worked in this industry. We've all been associated with teams. We know what happens behind scenes, and we know how much work is done behind scenes. We didn't want to, announce this 2 weeks before opening week. We want to give it way in advance so we can hype it up, get more attention to Wheeling, help Wheeling get more fans in the stands, because tickets are on sale pretty cheap. Christmas deals are coming from Wheeling. So if you're in Wheeling looking for season tickets, what are you doing? We'll be there. Come see me. Just come see me. Spend money at Wheeling. Don't go to the game. Just watch me. But spend money in the arena. No, just kidding. Go to the event. It's going to be pretty fun. And when we came up with this idea at the coaches, actually, Coach Rez had a lot to do with it too. He thought it was a bomb idea to do. I'm not going to use the language he used, but he said it was a bomb thing to do. But he also said, let's reach out to other people in the league and see if they will be interested in. And within, I don't know, a couple of weeks, we got 3 cities bounce back. Like, yeah, we're down for this, but it's something I think it needs to be shown. Like this game, like we know it's the NAL, we know it's not the NFL, we know it's not college football, but if you're not making noise, no one's watching. The more you make noise, more people will watch. And what a way to start it off with some greats and Grant Russell. We had Alex Coleman on the show yesterday. Brandon Munoz, some talented stars, and there's many other players that need a spotlight. And this is time for them to have, come to the booth, talk, like you see in game day, and give a chance to get their brand out there. Because what happens if we're the show that makes them get the call from the league? Then that's something that we want to do. But we'll be live on location to the fans who are in Wheeling or in around the NAL. Where do you want us to go? Where are we going to Wheeling? Wheeling's locked. We're going there. Monday Night Football. We're going to have a great time. But what do you want different? Let us know. What do you think about we can adapt into the show or at the live event that will make like this would be pretty cool if this happens, like a contest. No, I'm not running no 40-yard dash. I'm not going to do that. I'll tear every single ACL, MCL, whatever. No. But there's things that we can do, like, I don't know, cornhole, basketball, like 3-point shots, some crazy. What do they do on game? They do the field goal thing that apparently everyone makes now. So probably do that, but except for an actual NFL size, would do it the actual arena size of 8 foot wide. That would be pretty intriguing. But send us ideas. This is what we want to do and talk about. This is, I believe, the future of the game. And who's going to wear the mascot head? That's a good point. You? I don't know. Well, that's a good question. We'll do a poll on Facebook. Who wears a mascot head? Will it be Jeff, me, or Matt?
It won't. Unfortunately, I will say this now. It won't be Jeff because Jeff will be calling the game, so Jeff won't make any picks on that game. I'll make other picks.
Okay, Kirk Herbstreit.
around the NAL, but I will not make picks for the game that I'm calling. It's just the way I roll. I can't do that.
Okay, Kirk Herbstreit. But yeah, to the fans out there, appreciate all the. Actually, it's something that we've been holding on to a long time. So more announcements will come. We're excited about it. And I'm going to say this right now. We're going to give Jeff a new nickname, Mr. Warp Man, because you're just warping like crazy.
I
You're
am.
there,
I
and you're
don't know
gone.
why.
There, you're gone.
I think it's because I'm trying to also, kind of look at the game too. So I think that's kind of why. But nothing's different. So I mean,
There's a game on tonight.
ouch.
I think it's a game on between the team an hour away from Willing
Yeah.
and your organization 2 hours away.
Yeah.
I hint that's a bitter rivalry between
That
the two.
one.
I've heard. I've heard that's a bitter rivalry. So around the NAL, let's do some around the NAL news right now. Nothing really big, massive wise. We have an interesting signing of Sean Oakman being the assistant general manager for the Beaumont Renegades. That's a big get because he was a beast at Baylor, just down the street. So a little short ride, not too bad for him. Kevin Voiles returns to the Carolina Cobras. He did take a visit to San Antonio last year. He comes back. So to the Carolina Cobras Nation, you have one of your own returning. And for the Harrisburg Stampede, season tickets are now available. The link is in the description. The link is on their website. Get your season tickets now. And of course, March 10th, 2025, Monday Night Football, NAL Game Day at William Westbanco Arena. Well, gents, next week is Thanksgiving. We won't be here next week, ladies and gentlemen. We won't be here. But this is a time to be thankful because, family gets together. We're going to keep a certain topic off the board that likes to cause havoc at Thanksgivings. We're not talking about that. But we're going to talk about what we're thankful for, especially this episode, this network, this show, the league that we're associated with, the organizations we work with. What inspires you, what you're thankful for the 2024 to 2025. Let's start with Jeff, the Mr. Warping Man.
No, just thankful for as everybody knows, I welcomed my daughter in this year, so that's a great thing. So being able to, and she's going to be around a year old when the season rolls around, so she'll be able to go to games and hang out and get to meet some of the team that stood behind her when we were having difficult times. Story for another time. But just thankful to be a part of this great network and just being able to have a part in this great sport that we all love, and just having a major part of it and being a part of it. A great network, the only network, like Coach Rez said.
The only network, yes. Matt?
I'm thankful for the opportunities. Never would have imagined 2 years ago when I started a podcast that it would lead to something like this. So just grateful for Commissioner Walkenhorst and, for the league to just give us, the support that they've given us for this and just being a part of it. I'm excited. I just love doing this. Like, I just love meeting the players and talking about the league and watching indoor football. I mean, it's literally my favorite form of professional football. So I'm grateful for the game itself.
Well, I can tell you this for a fact. Me and Jeff are very I'm going to take not really personal, Jeff, but
No.
we can both agree that this is our football this year,
Yeah.
because both of our NFL teams are not fitting the bill to our expectations that we had on in the preseason. So me and Jeff are looking forward to another year of working together for the Willing Miners. And again, I'm not trying to be somebody that flexes and say that I do this all by myself. It's all about me. I can't do this without the people I'm associated with, honestly. You, Matt, Jeff, the guys from Sioux City, Coach Rez, Chris Duffy, Todd Walkenhorst, Ricky from Omaha. The list goes on. For the past people who helped me start up the podcast from 3 years ago with the Columbus organization, the Carolina Cobra organization, Coach Negron, the previous ownership group there, John Kane, and everyone who's associated with the National Arena League. And I got to give a lot of my thanks to a certain somebody. He's a Superman. He's very quiet in this sport. He doesn't get a lot of love and respect, but he does operate a lot of social media for the National Arena League. He does a lot of press releases for the National Arena League. He does work with a lot of teams, and that's Steven Shatola. He was on our show last week. And that's a dude that without him, he's the one that said, hey, we like your podcast. Like, we were interested, and then the previous commissioner of the National Arena League pulled the trigger to get us on, and we stayed here, and we've grown with you guys. And to the people that I work with Through the Wire, to the Snake Pit with Coach Negron, Coach Rez Nalo, the organization, Chris Duffy of Willing, the Jacksonville Sharks organization, my partner here in Jacksonville, Bob Book. Without you guys, the Inside the Walls Network won't exist. Inside the Walls podcast, the longest reigning podcast for indoor arena football consecutively for 4 years. And without you, the listeners, I remember the first day when we were just happy with 12 downloads, and now we're averaging 1,500 an episode, and it's without you guys. And there's more things to come. My passion for this sport, you guys know, and people who are watching know, can be measured for passion of the players and also coaches and ownership groups. It's kind of cool in this sport where I get owners that call me, ask for my advice on a fan perspective on certain things. That really gets to me, like, man, they trust me with my information. And without you guys, the fans and the organizations we work for, I can't do anything without you, because this is great. This is awesome. And of course, these two little, I'm not going to offend both these guys. But yeah, it's, again, without you guys, this show is, without Jeff interrupting the last night's episode Through the Wire, Walmart was more important. It's
No, I out Coach Rez. I showed up later than he did.
Yes. Without you guys, Matt and Jeff, the show can't go where it is right now. And we got a couple of months to game day. We got an exciting 2025 season, and we'll push forward to a great year, and hopefully see it together who wins the 2025 championship. Before we get to the tier system ranking, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Thanksgiving. Top 3 dishes for Thanksgiving. Matt, what are your top 3 dishes, go-tos?
All right, in no particular order. Number 1, I'm going to go with green bean casserole. Gotta have the green bean casserole. My mom makes amazing green bean casserole, so I love that. Number 2, stuffing, but I gotta have the stovetop brand stuffing. I gotta have that one. I can't have the homemade stuffing. I'm not a fan of that. I gotta have the stovetop stuffing brand kind. And number 3, I mean, you gotta have the turkey with the gravy on top of it. That's my top 3 go-to.
That's your top 3.
An honorable mention, deviled eggs.
I could see deviled eggs, yeah. I can be down with some deviled eggs, yeah. What about you, Jeff?
So I gotta go with Amish noodles. Noodles are fantastic. It's a spin on regular noodles, but it's like the egg noodles, and then how you cook it is you just put it underneath the flame and then let it sit. Like, it doesn't simmer underneath the flame. You just let it sit and then add in the ingredients. So that's awesome. Gotta go with chocolate pie. Chocolate pie is a big one. That's a good one. And I mean, I could go with turkey, but I feel I'm more of a ham guy. I like ham. I'd rather go with ham. So
I think you're all copped out there. There's some dishes that you eat that you just don't want to tell the people. I know you guys. You're just like, you're just back's like, no, I got not. No, I can't say I eat that. No, I gotta act like I know how you guys are. My top 3 dishes. One thing about my family is we have a tradition. We mix Thanksgiving up. We don't do traditional turkey, ham, duck, whatever. We'll have like rack of ribs one year, and we'll change
Wow.
up like this like sirloins and filet mignons, and
Huh.
like we'll change it up. But traditional Thanksgiving, my number one go to, I have to have it because if it's not on my plate, it's not Thanksgiving. And that is stuffing. And no, it's not stovetop there, Matt. It's stuffing that's in the bird. It has to be in the bird. It has to be cooked in the bird. That's number one. Number two, Matt actually mentioned it, but again, you can't go wrong with green bean casserole. That's my number two go to. Number three, it's just me. I'm a potato guy. Give me mashed potatoes, loaded that up with butter, sour cream, salt and pepper. That's me. But yeah, that's something that I really enjoy. Those again, do I really want to you know what? Dessert. Why the hell not? You mentioned dessert. Lemon meringue pie. If you don't like lemon meringue pie, I don't want to talk to you. You can unfollow the show. So, yeah.
Exit
lemon
stage
meringue
left.
You don't like it? You're gone.
There it is.
There we go. See, you demoted yourself, Matt. Now you're on the bottom screen. See, you can't. This ain't the college football playoff committee. You can't just select yourself.
My
Well,
wife is a
anyway-
big lemon meringue pie person. I'm not much of a lemon meringue pie myself. There it is, right there.
Does your wife like it?
Yes, she does.
That's what he said. Well, then you like it because your wife likes it.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing something very intriguing. A ranking system, unlike any other ranking system. This ranking system has been done before on different shows, with different aspects of shows. You know, a guy from Barstool Sports called Big Cat. He does a ranking system that's pretty unique. He doesn't like saying good or bad. He throws a crazy stuff in there. So we came up with a system that's, I think, me personally, it's going to be pretty enjoyable and entertaining, because sometimes with Thanksgiving, you got to give thanks to some of the most unique tiers of all tiers. And the Blue Blood.
I'm just laughing because we were talking about this before the show. I love it. This is so great.
The Blue Bloods. Here is the tiers for our system. And I think this is hysterical. Number one is, well, it's not really number one or number two. It's just the tiers. The Blue Bloods, the Historic Rivalry, WrestleMania 41 main event, some random tiger, the Media Guys, Just Texas, Louisiana Legends, The Shield, The Goats, The Undefeated, and The Last Rodeo are the tiers of our system. So, where you want to start off? Do you want to start at the top? You want to start off the bottom?
I'd say go with the top, go all the way down.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
The
do it.
Blue Bloods. I'll go for the first team that's in the Blue Bloods, because we know who's on this list, ladies and gentlemen, and we agreed on who are in these tiers. So in the Blue Bloods, I'm going to erase this so you don't see all the magic happening behind the scenes. I'll bring it back when I get it. The Blue Bloods. Number one. This is not rankings. This is just who's in the section. The Blue Bloods. The Columbus Lions. Matt?
Yeah, the next team in the Blue Bloods, as if it was any kind of a surprise. The Omaha Beef.
Omaha Beef. Jaffa.
And then, you mentioned the beef. You can't have the beef without the Sioux City Bandits.
And why is that? Why is there hatred between the two organizations?
No.
No?
Just a little.
Are we sure, Matt? There's still a little hatred between y'all two. You think you guys didn't, have a picnic? You still don't like each other?
I mean, I might have drafted an all-time team for Sioux City, but it is what it is.
Oh, and you call yourself an Omaha Beef fan? Are you serious? Wow. The Historic Rivalry. This is an intriguing one. This one has history. This has tradition. This has a longevity. When you think of this game, ladies and gentlemen, you think of the two major powerhouses in our sport that have battled it out for years. They are the Willie Miners and the Carolina Cobras. Jeff, why is this the ranking for the rivalry, the historic rivalry of the NAL, even though they have no history of actually
Right.
playing each other?
Well, there's a lot of in betweens. There's a lot of guys that were in Carolina that are now in Wheeling, and a lot of ties back and forth. You know, obviously Coach Rez being one of them, but there's a lot of guys that have come up and through their camp and ended up playing for us, and vice versa. A couple guys went down and played for them after being knocked out of our camp. So that game's going to be very interesting. And there's Exhibit A of why that rivalry is so great and going to be fantastic is Coach Rez himself, and then also Coach Negron. Kudos to both of those gentlemen who have extreme respect for each other. Don't get it wrong. Both of them have mutual respect for each other. Coach Negron will tell you that, you know, Coach Rez is a big reason why he is in the business and he is where he's at. They do have a small love for each other, but the friendly rivalry and the going back and forth is just fantastic. And they both play it up so well, and it's going to be fantastic.
Matt, I know you're from afar. It's kind of strange that we have the Blue Bloods with the historic rivalry, and now the historic rivalry has the Miners and the Carolina Cobras. What are your thoughts? You don't like how how dare this rivalry take the I-29 battle?
It's fine because we're in the Blue Blood, so it's all good.
One per tier.
People are asking, what's the deal with the random tiger in the tier system? Like, what does that have to deal with it? Actually, really, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just
It is what it is. It's a random tiger.
It's a random tiger. There's a random tiger in the ruling. So, WrestleMania 41 main event.
That's great.
As you know, WrestleMania is a few months away, and the main event is a fatal four-way match for the champions of all champions. Who is going to get the 3 count? 1, 2, 3. And who are the 4 competitors? We will all 3 announce 3 of the competitors, and then the wild card will be the last person that comes out of the ring, and the crowd will go wild. Remember, this wild card is not a member of the National Arena League. So with that, Matt, who is the first entrant in the main event of WrestleMania 41?
None other than the owner of the Omaha Beef, Mr. Ricky Burtz.
Jeff, entrant number 2.
Listen, my coach, the people's coach, Coach Josh Resinolo.
Entrant number 3 of this fatal 4-way is none other than head coach of the Carolina Cobras, Brandon Negron. And the 4th participant, he is the tribal chief. He is the longest reigning champion. He is Roman Reigns. Would be the final 4 of the WrestleMania 41 main event tier. Put the finger down. Put the finger.
Acknowledge him.
Wrong. No, I'm not acknowledging you. Put the finger down. This hypothetical match, fatal 4-way. Who gets the 3 count and who walks out as champion? Jeff?
Listen, I got to be biased. I got to be completely biased because this is about the only time I can be. It's Coach Rez, hands down. I mean, former Marine, hands down. I mean, just you might as well just give it to him now. Here, it's right here, right next to me. He can give it to him right now. I know it's kind of warped because that's the way today is going, but just give it to him right now. Just hand it to him. It's just the way it's going to be.
Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fatal 4-way match. Anything goes in a fatal 4-way match. I've got one of those too, except it's got my team's logo on it. And Ricky could use that and the National Arena League trophy if he wanted to. My money is on Ricky Burtz.
Ricky Burtz, Coach Negron. We can't have Roman Reigns come in here winning the championship right off the bat in the Fatal 4 main event, do we? Can we? Can we do that?
Maybe.
I gotta share the love because I do the coach's show. Negron steals the victory with a quick pin. Roman getting distracted. He goes in there, 1, 2, 3, rolls out. He pins Roman. He doesn't pin Ricky or Reznalo. He pins Roman. So he gets a win.
All right. Okay.
Hypothetical. Okay, we got the random tiger. Just random tiger. The media guys. Who are the media guys? I know it's very hard to announce these guys. Who are the media guys? Who's the media team? Let's start with Jeff. Who are the media guys?
I don't know. I can't quite put a finger on it. I can't figure it out. I'm not sure.
Did
I'm
you say
lost.
finger?
Put the finger down. Well, the media guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to hold you up in suspense, is, of course, the director of multimedia for the National Arena League, Steven Shatola, and the guys here on Inside the Walls podcast, Matt Patton and Jeff and myself. I'll update it here. So let's go to Just Texas. Just Texas tier. What do you think about Texas? You think about some great things. You think of football, and you think of football. Oh, and some random gas station with a weird logo. So with that, when you think of Texas, especially the NAL, what do you guys think of? Matt?
I personally think of the Amarillo Dusters.
Okay, quick, easy. Jeff?
Honorable mention, Tim Riggins, Texas Forever 6. But the Beaumont Renegades.
Oh, you guys comped out, man. That's no fun. You just took the 2 NAL teams. Now I got to really freaking find something else that involves that dang state. We mentioned football.
Well, you said NAL teams, so I mean that's the route we went.
But still, I select Buc-ee's. Why the hell not? It's just Texas. That's where they originated from. Just Texas. Why the hell not? We'll just do that.
I would say honorable mention for Connor with Connor Podney coming in with Whataburger.
That's Texas origin. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's Whataburger, yeah. Yeah, but Buc-ee's, wherever you go, you run into a Buc-ee's in Texas, apparently. And you took the NAL team, so I had to do something. So I had to throw in Buc-ee's.
You told us to, so we did.
Yeah. Well, the next tier is Louisiana legends. There are some great legends in there, but there are some legends that are so beyond that are mythical. A famous linebacker who was afraid of alligators, and a coach that you need a translator that the translator can't even translate. But there's a lot of legends in Louisiana because it's football. Louisiana's about football, especially the NAL. So, Matt, who fits the bill of Louisiana legends?
I mean, there's only one person I can think of when I think of Louisiana legends, and it is none other than the water boy himself, Mr. Bobby Boucher.
Seriously? He's
Yeah,
not even in the NAL.
He been playing foosball behind mama's back.
And he hates some alligators. They have small brains.
My mama says.
Jeff, who is your Louisiana legend?
I gotta go with in the words of him, go Tigers. Coach O. Got to go with Coach O, man. There it is. Good old Coach O. Go Tigers.
Go figure. The coach that you need a translator that the translator can't translate.
Yeah, that one.
Go Tigers. What?
Speaking of Louisiana legends, he reminds me of the coach. That's the special
Farmer
teams
Fran.
coach. Yes. That's Kyoto.
That's going to make me watch The Water Boy. That's one
Yep.
thing I love about football season. I got to watch my replacements, The Water Boy, Friday Night Lights. There's another one. Remember the Titans. Yep.
I don't know. Before the show, Matt and I were going back and forth with Varsity Blues, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, good point. Yes, you were.
Escape my cat.
So with this next, the Shield is another tier.
You forgot to mention yours.
Oh, Rubru. You took the legends.
The only serious one on there.
Oh, the mythical creature. I already mentioned the mythical creature. Did I? Or did I just skip them? I do
You skipped it.
apologize. But still, it's the Rubru. Louisiana, Shreveport, Borgia Shreveport Rubru. They're in the Louisiana Legend department between Waterboy and Ed Orgeron. Now, that'd be pretty cool. Have Ed Orgeron somewhere associated. You go anywhere in Louisiana, Ed O brought them national title, so that guy's very respected. And Louisiana Rubru right now are just, you look at the roster. Look who's coming in. Look at the head coach and staff. They're going to have a good team this year. The next tier, the Shield. Seeing that there's only 2 selections in this Shield, on this thing, very simple. Matt, when you think of an NAL team and the Shield, who do you think of?
Coach Shaw and the Colorado Spartans.
Why is that?
Because their logo has a shield on it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. They do have a shield. That's intriguing. So it's pretty hard to see. Well, I don't see that. That's the one thing about this rating system, ladies and gentlemen. You just run out of ideas. And sometimes when you put up the shield, you actually also got to put up the shield. Roman Reigns, Moxley, and Seth Rollins, the shield. Only WWE fans will get that. Also, the next one is the GOATs. There are some great GOATs in our sport. And no matter what sport there is, you know somebody in the sport that is a GOAT. Do I consider myself as a GOAT of podcasting? Hell no. No, that's Joe Rogan. He's the GOAT. But you get the drift of podcasters and who the GOATs are. But this one's intriguing because we talked about this to make this a little, interesting and fun. Jeff, who reaches into the GOAT tier in the National Arena League?
Somebody that people are going to learn about and actually very quickly is the official ball sponsor of the NAL, which is GOAT Sports. Also did Beaumont's uniforms and a couple other uniforms for the NAL, and then also there's some store items for the NAL as well. So yeah, so GOAT Sports definitely right up there. If you're ranking goats, I mean, it's in the name.
It's in the name. You're right.
Fair.
Matt?
I had a different GOAT in mind. And that GOAT would be none other than the defending MVP of the National Arena League, the GOAT, Tommy Armstrong.
That's a good pick. GOAT. Football GOAT. There's a lot of GOATs who played arena football. There's some great ones. Aaron Garcia, Kurt Warner, a lot of them. There are a lot of great GOATs. Damon Daniels of Columbus is one of the greatest DBs ever played the indoor game. There's a lot of people considered GOAT. But I can't pass it up because this is the GOAT tier. Tom Brady. Tom Brady has to be as the GOAT.
Well, I know that was going to go there.
He doesn't even play indoor football, but he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. 7 championships, all the records. Patty Mahomes is catching up quick. But right now, Brady is the GOAT. If you can survive a roast, you can survive a ball. Is that how it goes, or is that a wrench? Well, this one is going to be intriguing. The undefeated. In the indoor game, there is something in the sport that we look at and go, it is undefeated no matter what. You see it, you see the coverage, you know the routes, and you go, man, if that doesn't work, I'm going to feel it. That dude's going to feel it. It might cost us the game. It might hurt somebody. You also might sit behind it. The undefeated category goes to none other than the Dasher boards.
The wall is 100% undefeated.
The Dasher boards are always undefeated. Always undefeated. And trust me, as fans of the game, we know the walls are defeated. And the last category is a little fun. So I just added it here. The last tier, the last Rodeo, is just the last two organizations. Because honestly, we're trying to think of something funny to add these teams. So we're like, think of the horses and the bull. Think of a rodeo. Last Rodeo.
I want to reiterate that this is in no way any kind of like ranking system.
No, this is just a tier system that we had fun with.
We were just having a blast with this and thought it'd be cool to do for a holiday episode. So
yes. So if you're now joining us from the tiers, from the top to the bottom, the Blue Bloods are the Columbus Lions, the Omaha Beef, the Sioux City Bandits, the historic rivalry, the Willie Miners and the Carolina Cobras. WrestleMania 41 main event, Josh Relanzanalo, Coach Nook Roan, owner Ricky Burtz of the Omaha Beef, and again, Roman Reigns, but we don't have his logo there. So Roman Reigns was the fourth member. A random tiger, because why? Because it's just a random tiger. The media guys, I gave a shout out to Steven Shatola and, of course, us here on Inside the Walls podcast. And Just Texas, the Amarillo Dusters, Buckies, Beaumont Renegades, Louisiana Legends, Coach O, Waterboy, and the Rubru, the Shield, the Spartans, the Shield, the Goats, Goat Sports Management, who is doing all of our footballs, a lot of the jerseys, Tommy Armstrong, the Omaha legend, and, of course, the goat of all goats, Tom Brady. The undefeated, the Dasher boards, because the Dasher boards are always undefeated. And disregard the actual image of the ice because I couldn't find a good image of an actual Dasher board on Google. And the last Rodeo, the Stampede, and the Horsemen. What will you be, or what will your tiers be, ladies and gentlemen? I know this is a little fun activity. They get, exciting, get the fans interject. And we got 60 people watching right now live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it. To the people who are just now joining, who didn't see the announcement earlier today's episode, we announced our first ever event of the NAL Game Day. We will be live in Wheeling, West Virginia, Monday Night Football on March 10th. We'll be out there 2 to 3 hours before kickoff to get you guys ready for a Monday night action. We'll have guests, we'll have giveaways, we'll have contests. Just expect an event that you want to be at right before a pregame, and just imagine the antics that Matt will be doing by himself. And me and Jeff just like looking at him, like, dude, why are you doing that for? But no, we made this announcement earlier. So that is the first game day, multiple locations. But we'll announce those at a later date. But our first destination is in Wheeling, West Virginia. Get your tickets now for the Wheeling Miners. Go to WVUminers.com for tickets for the upcoming season, special season tickets for the guys who are living there in Wheeling. That was a fun episode.
Honorable mention for the undefeated category, if you don't mind, the Turf Monster.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to be ironic and have a tier like the only podcasting network that covers just indoor football and have Inside the Walls Network and all the all the shows that are associated with it. But we might not have 13 other people to share our content and act like we're no, I won't do that. I'll just do the show like I'm doing. Why are you looking at me like that?
Side note, it is really snowing in Cleveland right now.
You can keep that. It was a nice, cool day here in Jacksonville. We touched a high of 65.
Shut up.
The sun was out. The breeze was a little light. It was nice. Not. I don't want to rub it into the people who live in the north because there are some interesting weather is coming across the nation. Some severe. So I hope you guys are safe. But yeah, to the people who are watching currently right now, Mr. Cleveland Brown, Mr. Warper. Hope everyone's having a safe. Be safe on Thanksgiving. Next week, we will not have an episode next week. Check the scheduling on Inside the Walls Network for all the coaches shows that are on next week. And there could be a sneak peek of a returning show on the Inside the Walls Network that might randomly show up next week. So keep an eye on that for the 2025 campaign. So to the fans of the Wheeling Miners, you are the first host of NAL Game Day, the first ever type of event for this industry. I've looked everywhere. I've done research. So we'll be the first ones. And I don't care what we do. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have fun. Because I know Wheeling's looking for it. I know the organization Wheeling's looking for it. I know the NAL is excited about it. And I know the NAL wants us to go somewhere else. So I'm looking forward to it.
I can confirm, too, that it is out on all Wheeling Miner social media pages, too.
Social media popping. You know who's also been popping on social media? The NAL account's popping. That's interesting. It's everything's starting to get. It's starting to go. I like it. We're getting that energy for the 2025 season. That's how it goes. We got to get fans out, and it starts with us. Matt, any final words?
No, I'm looking forward to the season. Game day is going to be here. Wheeling fans, if you're watching this, show up and show out. I know you guys will, but I'm looking forward to being there to meet you guys and see you guys for game day. So,
Jeff, mine's the show. Snow, not show. Mine's the snow. Speak English, Jim. Speak English. Jeff, minus the snow in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Any final words?
No, I'm just excited and glad that, Wheeling gets to be the home spot. I don't have to travel anywhere, so that's fantastic. But, I get the full double duty that day doing NAL Game Day, and then I have to go do the real job of calling the game. So that'll be fun. I'm glad you guys get to experience that, and it'll be a good spotlight for Wheeling as well. But this was a fun episode. A blast to do that tier system. I was laughing the entire time. I hope you guys, the fans, enjoyed it as much as we did because it was fantastic trying to put it together.
It was we were trying to put something fun together because we've been getting messages in our DMs about we need the preseason ranking. We need this. It's like, well, we don't want to do a ranking because we're too far. We don't want to, ruffle feathers. So we decided to do something fun where there's really no tiers or ranking system. It's just, fun games and where we think everything is at. But hopefully everyone's having a blessed week. Be safe. Safe travels to your locations. If you're staying home, hopefully don't burn the house down if you're frying a turkey. And when you're doing the ham, make sure it's the right temperature and don't let the grease catch on fire. Be safe, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I say that is because I know people who've done both. So be safe. Safe travels. If you're going to the airport, taking a train or driving, get there safe. Be slow, be safe, get there and have fun with your family. Be thankful for what God has given us as individuals here in the great United States of America, and go spend time with your family. That's Matt. That's Jeff. And I'm Jim. This has been episode 166. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. After Thanksgiving, we'll start breaking down our interviews. We'll start in Columbus, and we'll head west for the next edition of Inside the Walls podcast. Be well, be safe. We'll see you in 2 weeks.